This is the start of round 6. You have 50 minutes. You may begin.
And I hope you're enjoying this black screen. Oh, the black screen changed into an angel. Oh my God. Grand Prix Anaheim, is that where we are?
We are. Grand Prix Anaheim.
I'm going to Disney.
Round number 6. My name is Marshall Sutcliffe.
And I'm evidently Nate Price.
Hi, Nate Price.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, wait, I have to do my Nate Price impersonation.
Oh, this is going to be good.
You already did it.
Well, this is Rashad Miller, not actually Nate Price.
You had everybody
cold. I can actually say words. My vocal cords vibrate in the right fashion.
All right, we've got a mirror match here.
We got a mulligan, so we have more time to talk.
Yeah, so what I was going to say is
Tell
there's
me what
4 Falcon Wrath Aristocrat on this list as well.
Oh, man.
So VD's got 4.
Smashing into each other?
Well, kind of. It gets a little weird. Like, you need, if they both have a creature, they can both sack creature and make both of them indestructible once they bounce up. But then it's like, what did you sack versus what did the other guy sack?
A human. I sacked a human.
If it's a human, then one gets bigger, but that doesn't really matter. They get indestructible either way.
Oh.
The key here is if you had to sack something key to keep yours alive versus mine. I think this is going to be kind of interesting. This is the deck that I was just talking to Brian Kibler about on the coverage here. And it's one that he has been putting forth for a while, and it's very good.
Yeah, I mean, this is a mirror match. The numbers are a little off.
It looks like we've got 2 Olivias. Oh, you got 2 Olivias as well.
Yeah, we got Olivia. I mean, even the mana fixing is exactly the same. The removal suite, same cards, different numbers. We got to look at that's Fidianto, Wijaya right there. And there's Shuhei Nakamura.
And there's Shuhei, really one of the premier players out of Japan.
Former player of the year.
Yeah, guy's a machine. He's at all these events.
I think he's a GP champion. I don't think he's a Pro Tour champion.
I can look.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good at Magic.
Guy can play some Magic cards. There's not.
I've watched him once or twice. And you see the skill at which that mountain was put into the battlefield. That takes, former player of the year caliber to look at that. Look at how perpendicular it is to the line. Okay, now you turn him sideways. Well, he could tap a little bit better.
You thought he was good.
I'm second guessing that now because that forest is a little sloppy tapped. But I guess it's okay. So Scorned Villager versus Tap Forest so far for Vidianto. Vidianto, actually a pretty good card player himself, made his name in another game. Not going to say what card game it was, but he was definitely the most dominant player in that game during that game's era.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I know which one.
And then he started playing Magic the Gathering again. Obviously, everyone started with Magic, and if you're successful in another game, maybe you don't play Magic as frequently as you were before, but you still love the game. So now he's back, and he's.
So Shuhei, according to my stats here, he's won 3 Grand Prix.
Oh, just 3.
He's won 3 of them.
That's good. That's probably when
he has
doing the same year.
5 Pro Tour top 8s, which puts him in very elite company, and he hasn't won a Pro Tour yet.
I mean, he is.
Matter of time.
He's.
What's going on with this game?
He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I mean, right now we got a lot of mana going on, but
so
we actually
is that Garrick transformed?
Yeah, I think it is transformed.
He's kind of peeking out of the Veil Cursed.
Veil Curse.
Yeah, right, that guy. All right, we see our first Falcon Wrath Aristocrat of the game. We're going to see a lot of these.
And a wolf token, something, just to make it a little bit more durable.
A little more durable.
In for 4. I wonder what the life totals are going to be. Oh, man, 16 to 20.
That's what you get excited about?
Well, I'll be honest. I'm excited that we don't have to change the life totals anymore. And
they're doing a great job.
They are. It's much better than I would be doing if they were trying to tell me what the life totals were. And I was listening to other things too.
I don't know. You do a pretty good job.
Well, I do the best job that I can.
You do the best job. Ooh. All right, we see another Falcon Wrath Aristocrat come down and immediately attack Garrett. Oh, that's why he did that, so he could just leave it right back up.
Yeah, because he's next level.
Man, that is efficient.
That's you know what? You don't get into the Hall of Fame without knowing a few
tricks.
He's having a couple of tricks up your sleeve.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
All right, now he's got. That's bad. He's got another one in his hand, another Garrick in his hand.
Garrick is pretty good at trading with the Aristocrat.
But it
when
looks like he's
doesn't
going to
get
play a
in-
Wolfear Silverheart instead. He's going to pair it with the Death Touch token, and he's just going to swing in with both creatures. So he's actually swinging for 9 here.
That's a lot of damage, and looks like Vidianto's considering just taking the damage and maybe
Is
using.
he just going to take this?
Well, I mean, he could block and sack,
It would
but
just be a chump.
it seems like he gets better value if he waits a turn and can block with both of his creatures and sack.
Yeah.
He absorbs a lot more damage.
Shuhei's put him in a really tough position here because now all of a sudden Vidi's going to be on his back heel with his own Aristocrat, and in the next turn, if Shuhei sees fit, he can just play another Garrick and hide behind his own Aristocrat, or even just keep attacking.
Yeah, Garrick would actually.
Hey, look, does this look familiar? Is this a mirror match?
It's as mirror matchy as it can get.
All right, and he decided to pair up with the Aristocrat and just pass the turn back.
I mean, Vidianto's playing defense right now, but he's not in the worst situation. I was going to say that a Tragic Slip could break up his defensive stance, but not with the Wolfear Silverheart. That takes away the Tragic Slip from. Tragic Slip with.
Yeah, and this is one of the great things about having an Aristocrat on the board.
Yeah, you could just make turn on Morbid.
If you want, yeah.
Whenever you want, and get value out of sacrificing the Scorn Villager.
Yeah. So we'll see if that comes into play here.
Is that Tragic Slip? No, that's a Pilgrim.
It's a Pilgrim, it's a Borderland Ranger, it's a Garrick Relentless, and it's something else. He's just going to use this opportunity to just develop his board, it looks like.
And we humaned up. More fodder for the munching.
So does he have any attacks here?
Well,
Death Touch still matters.
Well,
so he just attacks with everybody.
I guess it does, but he
can. Death Touch matters in a big way. I do notice here that Vidi, he's got his Pilgrim. Do you see it's down by his lands? I don't like it when people do that. I always make them put it with their creatures because that's pretty relevant to the board here. You want to have a very visible. It's not a land.
I'm pretty sure Shuhei Nakamura.
Oh, he sees it.
He knows it.
Oh, he knows for sure. Yeah.
Now, the Aristocrat can get big enough to get rid of the Wolfear Silverheart, can't it?
Right now, the Aristocrat already is. It's 8 power.
So I mean that attacking wolf, the Death Touch wolf. Oh, that's the one that's paired with the Silverheart.
Yes.
That's a lot of damage.
So Shuei's going to sacrifice his Avacyn's Pilgrim, and so is Vidi.
So they're both going to get bigger. So they're both 5/2, temporarily indestructible. Silverheart's going to trade.
But he's still going to take 6 damage here to go to 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a very good position to be in, especially with a bunch of little guys over for Shuhei Nakamura. I see a red card. Is that a bonfire?
It is.
Bonfire.
He's had that in his hand the whole time.
Bonfire for 2.
He can only bonfire for 1 right now.
Red. Yeah, he can only bonfire for 1.
But if he has a land, which I don't think he does, I think he has 2 Garricks and something else.
Yeah, bonfire for 1.
Actually, he doesn't get it. Nope. He needed to hit a land there.
Yeah, well, he didn't just draw. No, he didn't draw the bonfire. He drew. Well, Garrick can come down and not do anything. So
yeah,
we're
so he's just going to scoop it up.
There weren't a lot of options.
When you're at 1, it's pretty tough. If he was a little bit higher, he could have had some options with Garrick, but not at 1.
How you like that victory face?
He looks all business.
Hey, I've magically morphed into Rashad Miller. That was convenient. Convenient. Let's look at these deck lists to see if the sideboards how different the sideboards are. First, let's just kind of look at them both to see if they're just the same.
I think they're actually just the same.
I think they are identical sideboards. I'm pretty sure these players they are
the same.
Either they got their decks from the same person, or they at least originated from the same deck. And then the main deck just morphed into, I like Tragic Slip better than Devil's Play or something like that. And
they're identical. I think we might actually have like a near 75 Carter.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I would do in this mirror.
What would a Rashad do here?
Man, I don't know. Mirror matches are so draw dependent, at least in my mind. Yeah. Especially when you don't have a special, like if the sideboards were different, then you could see different plans coming in, but it looks like the plan is to take out the cards that are just bad in the mirror and bring in cards that are good. Because I don't see any particular card that's, I want to draw this in the mirror.
What I'm looking at here is we see cards in the sideboards that allow these players to take their decks in a controlling route if they were to see fit. I see 2 Liliana of the Veil, 2 Triumph of Ferocity, Huntmaster of the Fells, 2 Tribute to Hunger, 2 Human Ferality, and a Blasphemous Act. If you pick some number of these cards and bring them in, these decks can become very controlling.
Yeah, but who picks? I'm going to be the control.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I want to see.
That's
here.
a hard thing to do in a in a basic 75 card mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Like if in theory, in any game of Magic, one person is at any point in one game of Magic, one person's the aggro deck and one person's the control deck.
Sure.
At some point,
yep.
Even if that flips back and forth,
mm-hmm.
And that's usually very draw dependent. Like if I get a very aggressive draw versus a very non-aggressive draw, then obviously you need to play the role that's going to give you the best chance of winning the game. Now, I don't know if you really want to position yourself to be the control deck in the mirror match because...
it just depends. Like it's up to these guys to see what they think the other person's going to be doing. These Human Frailties seem good. It's 1 black mana to take out any of the ramp guys.
It's good for slowing down.
It's not
like
the worst.
It's extra tragic slips for, the mana accelerators.
Yeah, exactly. And there's already 4 tragic slips happening here. I think that we didn't see any tragic slips that game, but it's going to be a key part in this match.
Yeah, and I'm looking at there's a lot of sacrifice effects in the sideboard, and that doesn't seem very good against a deck with a lot of mana creatures and like Borderland Rangers and abilities to make 1/1 wolves and 2/2 wolves.
And a lot of those are gonna matter on if the Huntmaster of the Fells come in, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, do you bring that in? Don't you bring that in? Is it that good? It's just going to gain you 2 life. It's another ground guy that doesn't deal with Aristocrat. Aristocrat is the card of this deck.
Yeah.
Maybe the card of this weekend. Maybe I said that. Maybe I didn't. But
it might be.
It's such a hard card for a lot of strategies to deal with.
Yeah.
The best way to deal with it is to either tragic slip it like immediately.
Yep.
Where there's no other humans in play.
Or any creatures.
Yeah. Or that's really the only way to do it. Or like Blasphemous Act. Maybe that comes in. I think that does come in. I think you bring in your Blasphemous Act.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of like...
because that is definitely a controlling card. You kind of let the other guy... one thing I like about Aristocrat is that it's a great recovery plan after a sweeper, right?
Yeah.
Like you play your Blasphemous Act, you swipe the board, and you can get right back on the beatdown plan almost immediately, depending on how many creatures are out.
It's the old post-wrath. What's a good card to say? I was gonna say like Ball Lightning back in the old days.
Ball Lightning.
Well, back in the day you used to Ball Lightning.
Like Ball Lightning cares about wrath.
No, after the Ball Lightning. You untap. My Magic in my day is a lot different than Magic now. And
I feel like we need to have a long talk for sure.
You need a
lesson.
Catch it. You need a lesson.
I need a lesson.
You need a history.
I need a history lesson.
You might.
I feel like I'm missing some of these.
I know,
things.
and I was actually gonna say like the board in the Wrath of God effect plan was really
okay. I know what a Wrath of God is.
Effect. I did quote.
I know the air quotes went up, but I'm okay.
No, because once upon a time when White Weenie was an actual deck, like actual White Weenie, White Weenie decks would bring in 2 Wrath of Gods for the mirror match. Because if you draw your Wrath of God and you play as if you have your Wrath of God in your hand and they play as if they're playing a White Weenie mirror, you Wrath of God and then you win the game. Probably not as good as it was before. Is it still?
We're getting some word that the screen is black for the feed. I was just checking Twitter real quick, and I see a bunch of you guys saying
get to see some magic.
that the screen was black. Screen. So it looks like we've got it sorted out now.
All right, the screen isn't black anymore. But that was an awesome game. You didn't see anything.
I hope you described it really well.
I think we said all the card names.
I hope so.
It's good. Well, it's a mirror match, so we're going to see exactly the same thing happen this time. Exactly the same thing. Can you watch the chat? Hey, look, we can see people playing. What do you think about that?
Well,
I mean, we saw people playing the whole time.
Yeah.
So
I feel kind of guilty now. Like we got to see a game, and
we are in the best seats now.
Marco Orsini Jones says that you and I are the Restoration Angel plus Wolfear Silverheart of combo of coverage.
I don't know what that means. Is that awesome?
Dude, those are two sweet cards.
I mean, they are. Which one am I? Can I be the green card?
Yeah, of course you're the Silverheart.
Okay. I mean, I usually don't play green cards that cost 5 mana unless they do something really, really awesome and not just pump one guy. They need to pump a lot of guys.
Dude.
Or draw me a bunch of cards.
Or you need him to be. What's that card called?
Which one?
The one that you get to draw a card for each creature you control.
He costs 7.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name. He's an elemental.
Is he too far along?
No, that one's fine.
Because he's an elf combo.
That one's fine. I approve of that card.
Hey, Brandon Large says you guys described it perfectly. It felt like an old time radio show.
I think we should. I think we can make like a audio only stream for.
We could, but here.
Think of this.
This is my idea. We don't watch the feed that way. We know. What do you think would happen?
Just guess what happens.
We're underway. Yeah, just guess.
Magic.
We're underway. All right.
Hey, Magic's playing. Put the black screen on.
Yeah.
Time for the black screen. Okay, maybe not this time.
Addison Pilgrim and a turn 3 play is just going to be a Borderland Ranger. It's like the only good one.
Being the green mage that I am, I do like Borderland Ranger.
I mean, I like the card.
I kind of wish that it went to play. I also wish that it were an elf.
An elf.
Like Civic Wayfinder.
That was an elf, right? Civic Wayfinder was an elf?
Yeah. I know.
No, I was asking. Yeah.
It's an elf druid.
Elf druid.
Maybe an elf druid something else. But maybe not. Elf druid scout. I could see that.
Look at this. We have an unlands battle going on here.
This is
Unhinged versus Unglued.
Oh.
Which ones do you like better?
I don't know.
Dude. It's not even remotely cool.
Well, you have to understand. If I just go by looks, Unhinged look a lot better. But
that's right.
There's a definite
Falcon Wrath Aristocrat comes into play tapped and attacking your opponent apparently because that's what it did here. Yeah.
Does it have super haste?
It did.
Like
angel tokens.
The unglued card.
I don't know.
We're talking about unglued land.
I've never played unglued.
God, we need to have a really big talk about Magic, about non-limited current format Magic.
I didn't know such things existed.
It does, and I'll teach you all about them. Ooh, we got mana over here.
Wow, okay, there's a lot of mana, but there's not a whole lot going on for Shuhei on his side of the board. He's got
double
an Addison's Pilgrim and 2 Scorn Villagers and 3 lands. Now, he has all of his colors, but he needs something to do with that. Meanwhile, Vidi has really developed his board here with a 1-drop into a 3-drop into a 4-drop.
Yeah. He was able to curve into a threat, which is what ultimately you want to do with your mana abilities.
Oh, but maybe Pilgrim's hiding in the mountains again. Bonfire you for 1.
Wow.
That is the game. And Shuhei just scoops up his permanent.
Oh no, I thought Bonfire did 1 damage to all your land too. It just all died. It's like they're all gone. I look at that. He's like, "Yep, I showed you how to Bonfire."
That is one of the things that happens occasionally when you do run these decks that have, like, he's got 4 Addison's Pilgrim and 2 Scorn Villagers. Sometimes you just draw them. I mean, I know it's like your dream scenario, like all mana rampers, but
it is.
But sometimes you ramp, you do the ramp into nothing,
My magic number for ramping into something is 5. I want to ramp to 5.
But so you don't like Wolfear Silverheart? I mean, you are.
It's a great card. In this day and age of Magic, I like it. I won't play it in an extended deck.
Well, no.
Or a legacy deck.
No.
Whereas I could play Addison's Pilgrim in one. I could see that. Possibly.
Sure. I want you to do that. The kind of decks I play in those formats, I want you to do that.
In which format?
Legacy and Modern.
Legacy and Modern.
Yeah. Like, you play a turn 1 Mana Accelerator, and I'm like, you're done.
Nah,
we're done.
I don't know about that.
Hey everybody, your name is Alex.
I mean, I guess that could be. I don't know. I've played a lot of extended. Well, old extended.
I was going to say, Rashad. I mean, extended exists technically, but it is not currently being
modern.
pushed.
I haven't really done a lot of, like, I haven't looked into a lot of modern.
We got to get you into modern. Modern is awesome.
I like modern. I love the concept of modern. I just don't have the time to invest in making decks, and I love making decks. It's
you are a busy guy.
I will, and I'd say that if I did play modern, there would be 4 to 8 turn 1 mana accelerators in my deck. And I would no. Destroy.
We'll build decks tonight.
Look,
there's dealers here
tonight. Yeah, I'm not building decks tonight.
We're not even gonna draft.
I might build a draft deck tonight, just one.
You do the zombie draft. Every time I've ever played against you, I was half asleep. You were half asleep.
Well, I mean, it's fun. I mean, the draft portion keeps you awake, and then sometimes when you play, I hear Marshall Sutcliffe is a very slow player. So,
I am not a very slow.
Sometimes I don't know. Every game I play with you took forever. Is Reed Duke the other feature match? They're going to game 3 apparently. He's playing the Miracle deck. Everyone likes miracles now. All right, so we have a Scorned Villager.
Ooh, Scorned Villager right off the bat. So that's a pretty nice start for Shuhei. Maybe not the. Oh, and is that our first? It was either.
That's Tragic Slip.
It was a slip, right? Yeah. So Tragic Slip comes down. And we knew that was going to be an important card in the matchup. In this case, it made it so that Shuhei couldn't play a turn 3 Aristocrat, which he does.
That's actually a very good combo. Going turn to 1 or 2 mana accelerate, that's a human.
Yeah.
And then you ramp into Aristocrat.
Yeah, I mean, haste is a big deal in this format.
4/1 haste, like a 5/2 haste, indestructible. And then
he did that kind of all in one fell swoop, but basically he played Garrick and then had him fight with the Scorned Villager, which is a great play.
There's
an Aristocrat. They're just exchanging blows here, back and forth.
It's just like haymaker magic.
I mean, would you just take Garrick's out against Aristocrat? That card is so good versus Planeswalkers.
Thank you. Well, I don't know, because Garrick also kills. Garrick can trade with the Aristocrat that doesn't have any protection. Garrick kills.
Look at this. They are just trading spells back and forth. We've just seen this attrition battle.
I mean, it's a mirror match. I mean, what is the game plan other than to try to squeak out this edge one way or another?
And they're Jund, so they usually these cards have act as answers. And we see the exact same play in reverse almost, where we have a Garrett coming down and fighting an Avacyn's Pilgrim.
And I think we're going to see...
And we're going to see Falcon Wrath Aristocrat take out his Garrett. This is funny. They are just doing the exact same things back and forth.
I know, but Shuhei has the advantage right now because he's the one sitting there with the Aristocrat.
It's really comes down to who's the last one standing. I see an Olivia Valdarin.
I think I saw a Zealous...
There's a Zealous Conscripts as well, which is going to basically just kill it. It's just going to kill it.
It's going to kill the Aristocrats.
But it looks like he's going to prioritize getting Olivia Valdarin down first because he can actually activate it right now.
We could just kill it like this.
He can wait till something goes on the stack.
Right.
But he can just outright kill it.
I think he's thinking. Kill it now. He's like, oh man, do you have some instant creature?
He can make red mana with his Abundant Growth Forest and then colorless with his other. He's just going to take it. So maybe there's a better target for it. I can't imagine.
Well, that's 2 damage.
He sacks it.
Now doesn't Aristocrat? I mean, doesn't Olivia have the ability to
steal a vampire? Yeah, so maybe he was just going to untap and steal it, but even then, Shuhei can just sacrifice it. So he did end up pinging it on end step. He took damage first though, and then he followed it up with another Aristocrat. So he's just bashing in for 7 here, and this is going to be pretty tough, I think, for Shuhei to get out of.
Yeah, only thing I think I saw another Aristocrat.
Yeah, and
that's not going to be
that
good
ain't
enough.
Doing anything here.
He's got to play something before it, and it not something like a Borderland Ranger, something that'll survive an Olivia pinging. But this is 5 mana, So what is it going to be?
It is going to be a Zealous Conscripts. I'm assuming he's going to target the Aristocrat.
I think he has to target. No, he can't. Can he? No, he has to target the Olivia, right?
How come?
Because if he lets it happen, he can ping. Oh no, he doesn't have a red.
Yeah, he doesn't have red mana.
I don't know what you do. Do you just give it to him for now?
Sure. I mean,
the pinging ability puts
take
a counter
6
on it too, right? On the creature.
On Olivia Voldaren?
Or the creature that you ping?
No, it puts one on Olivia Voldaren, and it makes the creature that you ping into a vampire in addition to its other creature types.
So it looks like Reed won his match. Oh, did he not win? Oh, no, they're still playing. Maybe we'll talk to Reed if he wins. Maybe we'll talk to Vidianto if he wins. Maybe we'll just talk more about Magic the Gathering.
Looks like there's a decision. Okay, so he is going to take Olivia Voldaren, and he's just going to attack with both. That's going to bring Vidianto down to 9, but he's just going to get this back. I don't know if this is a good long-term plan here.
Well, I mean, it wasn't anything else Shuhei could do. He could play nothing.
Why wouldn't you take the Falconwrath Aristocrat? It kills it.
Yeah, I guess that might have been better.
I mean, killing a creature is good.
Maybe Shuhei's plan is to try to erase.
Yeah, it's definitely his plan.
It's a long-term plan because
I mean,
oh wow.
So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's game.
Man, why is that guy at 3/3? Wow.
Yeah, I know, he's huge. So it looks like what Shuhei was trying to do is set up to potentially. Yeah, nice job, Vidi. It looks like he was trying to set up. He had enough mana so that if it came to his turn, and he miracled a bonfire,